Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. If you're new here, your favorite problematic housewife. And today, I'm a little nervous to do this video. But here we are. Let's just get right into it. As you guys know, I've been in kind of like a scandal, I guess you could say, with my husband. And I want to thank all the people who have been so supportive through this whole thing, because it's been kind of a rough week for me. All the DMs that I've been getting, all the advice, and just all the support. Because most of you realize that I am my own person with my own thoughts, opinions, and beliefs, and with my own channel. And that my husband is his own person. And even though we're married, that does not mean that we are the exact same person or think the exact same things or do the exact same things, because it's not true. So I've gotten so much advice from people on what I should do with this video, how I should make it, should I apologize, should I address it, should I explain, and ultimately I took everybody's advice and I really sat and thought about it. And in light of the video that my husband released today, I decided that this is the video I'm gonna do. So I just want to say, if you choose to still support me, I appreciate that so much. And those are the people that I want as my subscribers. If you don't want to be my friend or support me anymore, I understand that. If you can't get past my husband, it is what it is. I'd rather get through this now and just tell everybody where I stand, and then maybe this can be done. I'm not going to address it anymore after this. I'm not going to talk about it anymore after this, on Twitter, on YouTube, anywhere. I don't care how many more videos come out. This is it. I am not going to continuously apologize for my husband, because it's not my apology to give. I didn't do anything. I know a lot of people are upset that I shared his video and I left a comment, but that was my husband and he was defending me. So I wanted to support him regardless of what was said in the video that was offensive, okay? My husband did a video today saying, you know, what his deal is. Like, if you guys didn't know, he's a troll and he's very open about that. And I just think a lot of people don't understand where he's coming from, and that's okay. But you guys have to remember that none of this would have happened if the people who already didn't like me weren't trying to use my husband to get at me and take me down, which is completely fucked up in my opinion. And I feel like not one person has addressed that fact, that the only reason why he was brought into this community was because of other people using him and using his controversial content to try and cancel me and take me down and be like, look, see, she's horrible, look what her husband's doing. No, I'm not gonna play that shit, and I'm not gonna do it. I have had a rough week. I have had so many people telling me I'm vile, I'm trash, I'm a racist, all this crazy stuff that is just not true. And if you pile that on with the last couple months of constant accusations and allegations of blackmail, of harassing people, of all this stuff that I did not do, this was just like the fucking tip of the iceberg. And I was like, this is too much. Like, I am so sick of this. This is not commentary. This is nasty people trying to come at me 24/7 all the time. And it's not right, because I don't do that to people. I give my opinions on things, but I have always said that I'm not the moral police. I have always said that I'm not about cancel culture. So for some to be confused as to why I'm doing what I am on YouTube, nothing has changed. Everything that I say on my channel is what I truly believe, regardless of what my husband does and says. He has his own way of spreading his message. And sometimes his message gets lost on people because they don't look past, you know, like the offensive, shocking part of what he's saying. but he's actually very smart and he has a lot to say, and he has helped me so much. Not care what people think. He has helped me not to worry. He has helped my social anxiety. So what you guys have to remember is it is possible to be with somebody that is different than you are. It's completely possible, and I'm not sure why that's such a hard concept for people to understand. We balance each other out. I'm the way I am. He's the way he is, and we work well together. Like he said in his video, we met because he was trolling the vegan community, and I stormed into his DMs and started cussing him out. And I was like, you're an asshole. Who the fuck do you think you are? And after we got past like the anger and that point, we started talking a lot and we fell in love, and it was like this big whirlwind of a romance. He moved to Rhode Island. I got pregnant within like a month of him moving in with me. We now have 3 more kids. 3 kids together. 3 and under. Okay? And he's a great guy. I don't care what any of you guys say. I know you think his behavior is horrible. I know you think he's vile, trash, and racist. I know he's not racist. I know he's not a bigot. I know he's not any of these things. I know him. He, to me, is my best friend, my husband, the father of my kids. He takes care of this house. He works his ass off. He hangs out with the kids. Like, he's a good guy, and I will not accept anything else other than that. If you don't like him, that's fine. Plenty of people don't like Dean. When I first met him, the vegan community was in an uproar. Like, the vegan community was so mad because I was dating him. I'm like, why do you guys care so much? I was pretty well known in that community, you know what I mean? So people were just like shocked because they all thought my husband was like some crazy troll. And he is a crazy troll. He's wild and crazy and says outlandish things. But you know what? I love him and he is amazing, okay? And I'm not going to pretend like I'm ashamed of my husband. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not associating with him on the internet. If I want to comment on one of his videos, I'm going to do it. I'm a moderator on his channel. I support his channel and his message. Does he miss the mark sometimes? Yes. Did I tell him I don't agree with the Gabby Petito videos? Yes, he knows how I feel about things. But that doesn't mean I'm just disowning, disavowing, like just discrediting his entire channel. I'm just done with him forever. I just think sometimes he takes his shocking content, like he just goes to the extreme, you know what I mean? He wanted to defend me in the video to BX, and he knows he's a troll and he's fine with that. He knows how to push people's buttons. Everybody was like in an uproar because he said a word that's not actually even a word, and he did that on purpose to show people like, hey, you guys are getting too crazy, too sensitive, and he helps me with that. Like, that's what I mean when we balance each other out, because it happens to me on the internet sometimes. I'm in fights with people, I'm getting outraged by things that are said, I'm getting upset. He is the total opposite of that. He is like, chill out, it doesn't matter, don't let this person bother you. Like, if they call you fat, it doesn't matter. They're haters, they're trolls, like just whatever. And he helps me not give a shit what people think. And the video he did today is what helped me make this video, because I was going back and forth of what I should do. Should I ignore it? Should I act like I'm just so angry at him and giving people what they want? Should I get on video and denounce him? No, he would never in a million years. I don't give a hell. I don't give a fuck what I said. I could say the most offensive, gross, shocking thing on the internet, and never for 1 second would he get on his channel and be like, oh, I'm scolding you, you're bad, like you're doing this and this. No, that's his channel, his thoughts, and his opinions. He's allowed them. Just because you don't agree with them doesn't mean that he shouldn't be able to say his opinion and say what he wants to say and spread his message that he has for the world. And he has an audience for that. His audience understands his humor. His audience knows what he's talking about, okay? So does that whole community. of people that are just very controversial and they're not politically correct. They will say any word that they want to in the vocabulary and they don't give a shit. That's just the way it is over there. And like I said, he would never be in the mix of what I'm doing in this community if it weren't for other people bringing him in. Do you guys know that my husband has been being brought up for a month now by channels like As Seen by a Subscriber? She has been trying to cancel me through Dean for over a month now. Dean didn't say anything. He stayed in his own lane. I'm like, I can handle it. It's okay. But she kept pushing and pushing and pushing and insisting on canceling me because of him. Then BX got the videos. So now all of a sudden, everybody's in an uproar when he claps back and he does what he has always done for 10 years. Now, has he gone through times where he's more offensive than others? Yeah, sure. He calmed down a lot. And now he's like really amping it up lately. But he's just being fueled by everybody who's so upset. There's no point on doing commentary on a troll because they won't be held accountable on YouTube or the internet. They don't give a fuck. So what is the point of doing commentary on him? He does not care. It's almost like a situation with Katie Joy where she doesn't care anymore. It's like, what's the point at this point to even make videos on her because she doesn't give a shit? Now she's on the freaking YouTube pretending like she's some, you know, credible, noble journalist, but that's a whole other situation. I hope I'm making sense, guys, and I really hope that you respect my decision not to trash my husband on the internet, not to like make this big thing of it, do commentary videos on him. I'm not doing it. I'm just not going to do it. He has his thing he's doing and I'm doing mine. And if people stop trying to use him to take me down and stop poking at him and all this stuff, we can all move on from this. And it is what it is. Like, I understand that he's offensive. I get it. I'm not going to keep apologizing for him because that's not going to do anything, because tomorrow he'll upload another offensive video that has somebody else pissed off. That's not my job to tell everybody I'm sorry for being offended. I'm sorry you're offended for what he said. Like, that's not my job. I'm not spending my time doing that. And I know some people are really upset about that fact. But it's not my apology to give to people. It's not my job to make sure that I'm making sure that everybody on the internet is okay because of what he's saying. That's his thing. I want to be left out of it. If you want to do commentary videos on a troll, go ahead. To me, it's pointless, but whatever. You can do whatever you want. I just want to be left out of it. I can't promise that I'm never going to interact with my husband on the internet or associate with him online. It's never going to happen. I'm not ashamed of my husband. I love him. I think he's an amazing person. And I do think he has an important message to spread on YouTube. Now, his delivery, you know, misses the mark sometimes. You know what I mean? To some people. I totally get that. But I know what he's saying. And in fact, BX Beast Boy has literally said some of the same things that my husband has said on his channel. That's why he decided, in my opinion, that's why he wanted to stop covering Dean. One, I think he realized that Dean's a troll and doesn't give a shit, so he's wasting his time. And two, he started realizing that he has a lot of the same thoughts as Dean. And I will say right now, I think BX Beast Boy has a lot of good opinions and a lot to offer YouTube because he does, you know, think differently, but he bullies women on the internet, and that's the problem. He is bullying women on the internet. He's just going around just being so nasty to all the small women creators, okay? And he's also been super nasty to Save Robbie. Like, it just is what it is. I don't think, you know, when somebody is pushing you and pushing you, a lot of people can say what they want about Save Robbie, but he has been pushed to the edge from video after video after video. That's not commentary, in my opinion, when you make 10 videos in a row about somebody. and you're making all these crazy thumbnails, trying to make them look ugly on purpose, and just you're saying it's jokes, but you're being extra nasty. Sorry, but I just don't think that's commentary. And he's claiming to be a commentary channel. He's not claiming to be a troll. I just want you guys to understand that and get used to the idea that that's my husband. He's shocking, he's offensive, he's controversial, but that's him. He is a good man. He sees the humor in literally everything. Like, even if you're not supposed to see humor in it, he sees the humor in it. But you know what? Even though he makes mistakes and misses the mark sometimes, I love that about him. And like I said, we balance each other out. He laughs at things. He doesn't get like too carried away or all up in arms about things. I'm the one in the house that's like stressed out all the time, and I'm like, what about this, what about that? And he's like, calm down, it's not that serious. Like, when I'm like upset or having a meltdown about the kids, he will make me laugh every single time and forget that I was mad. So it's just like, I know he's a good guy, and people have been trying to tell me for 5 years that he's a horrible person. Okay, you guys know me. You guys know who I am and what I stand for. If I thought my husband was some monster, I would not be married to him. I know he's a good person. I know him giving money to homeless people on the street, trying to let homeless people come and take showers, trying to give people jobs. He does so many different things in our real life, playing with the kids, just how he is with everything. You don't see that and you don't know that. And I wish that he would show that, you know. I wish, like, I almost want to start a vlog channel just so you guys can see like the other side of Dean that I know and love so much. But you know, the more that people get mad, the more he's gonna like keep jabbing and jabbing and jabbing because people are getting so up in arms, and it is what it is. So like I said, I'm not gonna keep going on and on, but me and Dean, when we met, we were both in like a bad place. I was miserable. I was going through a lot. I was in the vegan community, and I was horrible. I had horrible behavior on the internet. I am not an angel, and that's another thing. Dean does not judge me for freaking chain smoking Newport 100s. He does not judge me because I used to have addiction problems. He does not judge me for my social anxiety. He does not judge me for what I think and what I believe about everything in the world. He doesn't judge me for any of those things. And that is why I like people like him, because he's not judgmental. He's not judgmental in the slightest. And he's good people, you know, and I don't judge him for his flaws or for his mistakes and things that he does, because we're married. He's not just some random YouTuber that I'm making a commentary video on, which, if he wasn't my husband, I probably would have made a video about him yelling about something I didn't agree with that he did. I'm very opinionated, so when I don't like something, Dean knows it. It'll be all over my face. It's all coming out of my mouth. He knows. I drive him crazy sometimes. It just is what it is. He calls me his crazy Italian. So I just want to put this to bed. I'm deading this in the water right now. I refuse to be canceled. I refuse to leave the internet. And I appreciate everybody who supports me. And I appreciate the people who admire me for standing by my husband, not giving in to what the public wants and what they're demanding with their pitchforks. And the people that stick around, even if I lose 1,000 subscribers, the ones that actually decide to stick around, that's who I want as my audience. And I'll start over if I have to. You know what I mean? I don't care. I love doing YouTube, and the people who see me for me and can separate me from my husband's channel and what his thoughts and beliefs are, that's amazing. And that's who I want as a subscriber, because that is the real ones right there. And I appreciate my friends. I appreciate everybody who's checked on me this week and sent me just the sweetest DMs and tweets, and you're just so supportive out in the open, in public, in DMs. I just really appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm about to film a video, That Vegan Teacher. I'm going to react to some of her content, which should be interesting. I am still doing my interview room series. I'm sorry that it's taken me this long. I had to keep taking breaks because it's a really heavy video. Then all this stuff happened and it was too much for me. I had to put it aside, and I kind of want to do something a little bit fun because I have a feeling I'm going to be laughing at some of this crazy vegan lady's antics. So make sure you keep out for that video because like I said, I was in the vegan community. I was a crazy vegan and I was like yelling at people to go vegan at one point. So yeah, that should be an interesting video. And like I said, I stand by my husband. I support him. I don't agree with everything he says and does, but he's his own person. We don't control each other. And I suggest that you just stay off his channel. You know what I mean? It's very upsetting to some people. And I just would not watch him. I would just stay on my channel. We can have our little community that we've built over here talking about the issues that we find important regardless of what my husband thinks. As far as Dad Challenge podcast, I would never in a million years compare my husband to that man. He harasses and bullies mothers on the internet, tries to deplatform them, tries to get rid of their sponsorships, tries to get CPS called on these mothers. That is a whole can of worms that Dad Challenge podcast is opening with these mommy vloggers. So there's no comparison between an offensive, shocking troll, right? Or Dad Challenge podcast, who's literally bullying mothers on the internet, making fun of their bodies, making fun of their house, making fun of their looks, just going after them nonstop. I will always call it out because I'm a mother online, and one of my main things, besides calling out bullshit and hypocrisy and fake people wearing a facade and a mask when they're really nasty people, moms on the internet. It's really important to me. Mom shaming and moms on the internet. If you can hear kids screaming, my husband has the children, so don't be alarmed. Mom shaming has gotten so out of control. Okay, I had somebody in my DMs demanding that I apologize for my husband and brought up my children and said, oh, I hope your kids turn out okay. No, if you come into my DMs and you're being nasty like that, I'm not going to talk to you. Everybody else who has come in my DMs, we've had a good conversation, whether they agreed with me or they didn't. And that's that. So anyways, the mom shaming is just out of control. I will always stand up for mothers on the internet. I care about mothers on the internet. I care about that issue. So regardless of what my husband's doing, I am not going to stop what I'm passionate about because of him and what he's doing on his channel. He supports me and I support him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants on his channel. I will always speak out when mothers and women are getting bullied and harassed and just getting horrible shit done to them on the internet, because that's what I care about. That's what I care about, and I will always call it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm not sure how people are going to receive this, but I kind of just wanted to be honest with you guys where I'm actually coming from in my head. You know what I mean? I just wanted to just turn the camera on and actually say what's going on in this crazy brain of mine. I see the good in my husband. I see, you know, he has flaws just like everybody else, but I know him and I know he feels like he has an important message to spread on the internet. You know what I mean? And he's allowed to do that. We cannot preach acceptance and individual rights and all these things that social justice warriors push on the internet. If you want everyone to be accepted, you have to accept everybody, whether you agree with them or not. And that's the way it is. It's not equal rights and acceptance only for your side of the tracks. It's just not. We can all have disagreements. We can all think differently. I have friends that think so different from me, from each other, from my husband. Like, why is it so hard for people to be around other people that don't have the same beliefs and thoughts as them? I don't understand. I love to surround myself with people who think differently than me. My husband thinks differently than me. He shows me a different side to things that I don't ever think about. You know what I mean? My other friends who think differently than me. I have just so many different personalities going on in the people that I choose to be friends with. I think people need to open their minds a lot. You want everyone to be open-minded and accepting. A lot of people are not open-minded and accepting, and they're just not, even though they claim to be. If anybody doesn't believe what they believe, whether it's about religion, whether it's about politics, whether it's about social issues, whether it's about any of those things, if they're not in the same belief system as you, you just want to write them off. They're a bigot, they're racist, they're this, they're that. It's like they're homophobic. No, that doesn't always mean that. It is what it is. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys and your support so much. My beliefs that I say on my channel is what I believe and what I think as my individual own person. As a woman, I have a right to my individuality. I have a right to my own opinions and thoughts separate from my husband. You cannot preach the rights of women while trying to condemn a woman because of her husband. It's not right, and it's fucking hypocritical. I have seen so many times women getting dragged for what their husbands do. You are taking us back a fucking 100 years with that thinking. Just saying. So please give this a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video. Look out for my video on that vegan teacher. And yeah, see you guys later.